Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Stokes. I own Advanced Pain Solutions in Fort Myers, Florida. One of the therapies we do that's very popular in this clinic is PEMF, Pulse Electromagnetic Field Therapy. And this is a miraculous treatment that has unlimited potential to really heal the body. Heal the body on a cellular level, not just masking pain, not just sort of covering up what's wrong by treating symptoms. And we get great results with PEMF therapy, but there is something about PEMF therapy that's never talked about that I want to address, and that is its role in detoxification. So the membranes of your cells have little holes in them, little channels. These are the potassium-sodium channels, and these are little holes that allow nutrition to flow back and forth in and out of the cell. And of course, when that works properly, the cell can get nutrition, and more importantly, the cell can get rid of the toxins that accumulate inside. So it's just a waste removal system, and that's a normal part of a healthy, functioning cell. When we're exposed to toxins, specifically heavy metals, these elements get caught or trapped in the channels, and they block the channels. And when this happens, the cell no longer has a method of removing waste. So you get this very toxic environment inside the cell that ultimately leads to cellular death. It leads to malfunction of the mitochondria of the cell. The cell cannot make any energy, and the cell starts to deteriorate. And it's my understanding and my belief that this is the cause of most all degenerative disease. Even something simple like arthritis is a reflection of the cell's inability to remove waste products. And so when we have toxins, again, specifically heavy metals, these things can prevent that normal removal of waste in the cell. Pulse electromagnetic field therapy has the ability to basically shake the cell. And in the process of doing that, it frees those channels, those sodium-potassium channels, from toxins. So those toxins that are blocking the channel are removed, and the cell can now naturally perform its function. It can take in nutrition, and it can also eliminate waste products, which restores health to the cell, so the cell can go on to heal or do whatever task we want it to do. So this is an extraordinary mechanism that we can utilize with PEMF. What's never discussed is what happens once those toxins are removed from those channels. They're released into the bloodstream, where in a normally healthy person, those toxins should be broken down through the detoxification pathways, using the liver, the kidneys, the bowels, sweat. They should be removed. But unfortunately, most people that are already suffering from toxins and heavy metal poisonings, most of those people don't have healthy functioning detoxification pathways. So when we use PEMF therapy, we remove those toxins out of those channels, and they're put into the bloodstream. And if the patient can break those down and get rid of them, those toxins can redistribute to other tissues and can make the patient very sick. In fact, we see that. We see really sick people doing PEMF therapy, high dosages of high-intensity PEMF therapy, and we see side effects. We see brain fog, we see anxiety, we see shortness of breath, ear hunger, headaches, nausea. I mean, we see all rapid heartbeat, increased blood pressure, all the things that would normally be associated with poisoning, really, we see in those patients. So it's really important that if we're going to utilize PEMF therapy, we have to make sure that the patient has the ability to detoxify those elements once we free them from those cellular membrane channels. And we have to support the detox pathways in PEMF patients, in patients that are getting pulse electromagnetic field therapy.
So as a holistic practitioner, I just want to say that I agree very much with everything Dr. Stokes has just said about the importance of mopping up those toxins that PEMF and other frequencies like Terahertz release into the blood. One of the things that I want to be very clear about, though, a lot of people think, I need to detox, and they take things like charcoal and bentonite clay and powdered zeolite and other things like that. with a view to doing that. It's very important that you understand that the detox has to be specific to blood. All of those things I've just mentioned sit in the digestive system, which is very important, but in this particular instance it's not going to be so helpful because the toxins are being released directly into the blood by the frequencies. So it's in the blood. You need to be picking them up in the blood. So what you need for that, I've found over the years that there's one particular thing that is the king of doing this, and it's a nano zeolite. So I just mentioned zeolite. So regular zeolite's not going to cut it because it's not going to be in the blood. It's going to be in the digestive system. This is a nano zeolite. It's going to sit in the blood. It lasts about 6 hours in the blood. So you do need to do it multiple times a day if you want to have a detox mechanism over the course of the day, but it's going to sit in the blood. It's a toxin magnet. So as the toxins are released into the blood, it will grab them, it will neutralize them. Now that's a really key part of the neutralization because that's not usually the case. So it's going to neutralize them. What does that mean? The toxins are no longer toxic once the zeolite has grabbed it. They're completely now inert and neutral because it's created a new thing with the bonding to the zeolite. So it's going to neutralize it, and then it's going to leave the body via the urine. Now, a lot of people say, I've got detox pathway issues, I've got MTHFR, COMT, whatever, I really struggle removing toxins. This is going to do it no matter what, okay? As long as you can pee. And even if you're on dialysis, this will still do it because the dialysis machine basically does what you would be doing otherwise. So as long as you can pee, the PBX, that's what I'm going to show you just in a second. The PBX will grab and neutralize. In fact, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This is it right here, this is going to, as I say, you're going to spray it under your tongue. It's going to go straight through the mucous membrane, straight into your blood. It's going to sit there for 6 hours. So if you do it every 6 hours, you're covered for roughly 18 hours a day. And it's going to grab a massive range of toxins, the heavy metals, the pesticides, the herbicides, even radiation, graphene oxide, you name it. This is going to grab it. It's going to take it out. There's nothing better. Now, who should use this? Well, if you're toxic and you're using PEMF or other frequencies like Terahertz, you should use it. But in my opinion, everyone should be using this because we are being bombarded with toxins, and even if you're getting them out of your body really effectively, it's damaging you all the way out. Whereas when this grabs it, it's now neutralized. Now the other thing is, when you start using something like PMF, you get an increase of toxins being released in your body. A lot of the time, those toxins don't make it out of your body. They're just redistributed because your body is not able to clear it all, so it just puts it somewhere else. That's a really bad idea, to release the toxin, damage all through your blood, just being stuck somewhere else for another detox another time. Very, very bad idea. This circumnavigates that, stops that. It's going to get out of your blood through your urine completely safely. It's fantastic. So that's what I recommend. If you want a link with a huge discount to try this product, if you've never had this product before, then there's a huge 80+% discount that you can have to try it. If you want that, let me know. I'll put a link below for that. And okay, so let's let the doctor continue what he was saying, because what he's saying is excellent. He's got a little bit more to say, and they're done, and he's done. And by the way, if you're interested in using PMF rather than paying somebody to do it and going to a clinic or whatever, then again, let me know. There are some excellent devices that you can use at home that do a fantastic job, life-changing stuff. Again, I can let you know all about that, but let him continue here on.
The sicker you are, the more you need to really make sure that you're doing this sort of accessory treatments along with your PEMF. You want to definitely be taking a binder prior to doing your pulse electromagnetic field therapy, and you're also going to want to make sure that you're supporting the detoxification pathways properly. We also know that heavy metals and toxins deplete the body of minerals, and there's a common mineral, which is zinc, that universally gets depleted in almost every case of heavy metal toxicity, regardless of if it's arsenic, mercury, lead. Doesn't seem to matter. Zinc is one of the primary minerals that are depleted. So we want to make sure that patients are taking a good mineral supplement to make sure that they don't get overly depleted. Hydration is very important in detoxification, of course. It makes sense. You know, the more you urinate, the more you get rid of waste. But PEMF therapy also has a very strong ability to dehydrate the cell. You remember, we're using this high intensity magnetic field to pulse the cell and basically to shake the cell. And as a result of that, especially when those channels get opened, we dehydrate the cell. So you're really going to want to, if you're doing PEMF therapy, make sure that you're taking in large amounts of fluids. I mean, an average recommendation is 64 ounces of water a day, but a person that's pulsing, or a person that's going through pulse electromagnetic field therapy, is going to want to take even more than that. You're going to want to make sure that not only are you taking in water, but you're getting enough salt and sugar. PEMF therapy has unlimited potential to help the patient, but we have to make sure that we're supporting the patient so that their body can use the therapy in the right way so they can heal. And that's what this is all about. PEMF therapy is not a treatment that heals anything specifically. It's simply a modality that makes your body healthier, makes your cells function healthier. And a healthy cell is going to heal quicker and perform its job of, innately healing the body. And that's what this is about. This is about making your body healthier so you can get better, not about treating any specific disease. There's a lot of research out there that suggests that all of these neurodegenerative diseases like ALS, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, a lot of these are caused by auto intoxication, which means that the brain tissue is unable to remove accumulated waste. And as a result of that, the waste builds up inside the cellular membrane and the cell begins to malfunction. And this is a problem that has been recognized. And PEMF therapy has a huge potential to correct this by allowing the cellular membrane to be free of any toxins so that those channels are open so the cell can get rid of its waste products.